Hey everybody, Matt here with Wackey Woodworks. Gonna do a quick shop tour. We did one here recently with the beard, and the video and audio wasn't very good on it. So I'm gonna do a shop tour here and show you around the shop. This here is the entrance where we come in. Got a 10 door right here, and a 3-0 door on this side, 3-0 door on the other back side over there. And I'll kind of walk you through the whole entire shop. So all the sheet goods, everything come in through the 1010 door. Sheet goods get stored in the cart. Actually, this is some 8/4 stock, maple and walnut. Got some cherry as well. Some other stock on there for processing, so we can S4 it on the joiner and planer, which you'll see in a little bit. Got a bandsaw mill that just came in. Going to restore it, possibly expand it, make it a little bigger. And my goats come in my shop every once in a while just to terrorize me. And so we have food set up for them. So from sheet goods, we're going to come straight from sheet goods, and we'll move straight on over to the joiner, planer, and table saw right here. This is the 8-inch joiner by Grizzly, the 0856. Got the helical head on it. Love this thing. It's awesome. I haven't had anything bogged down on it yet. Everything here is collected to mainstream dust collection on the back side over there. Planer is the same way. It's just a 12.5 inch dewalt. Love this thing. Does a great job for what I got right now, but I like a bigger one. Who wouldn't? It does a good job for what I got it for my first time planer. From there, right next to the 1010 door, we have some cabinets. It's got some different items inside of it for doing different things. Got my grippers for pulling off sheet goods. These things work phenomenal. When you got to pull sheet goods off by yourself, especially 3/4 stock, so that nature, these gator lifts. They work great. Lifesaver on your arms. Got a dehumidifier. Always got to keep a dehumidifier going. We make up our own paste wax and stuff for doing cutting boards, and also for our grit for turning. We do our own stuff up for that. So we do that up over here. We just got different items in here, extra glues, so you keep a tight bond, stuff like that nature in here. Denatured alcohol. Just big bottles of stuff that we don't normally get to. Shop towels. Cactus resin. Keep it all in here. We keep our schmocks right here. We got from Katz Moses. These are awesome. They work great. Keep them right here at the front so we can get right into them. Let's let it to this area. Moving on. From the door, cabinets, we come on into the shop. And this is the first lathe that we purchased. Purchased it for my wife. I used it more than she did at the time, until I got I got myself my own lathe, which is the G0766 by Grizzly, and then I purchased hers, which is the G0733, and we've been turning ever since. Love it. This is our sharpening station. This is a low speed 8-inch bench grinder with the CBN wheel on this side for sharpening our tools. Love that CBN wheel, makes a huge difference. Got this Shop Box drill press. I'm not real happy with it. It's a little small. I have another one downstairs in the crawl space I got to bring up yet. Just need to find some friends that, I don't care breaking their back to get it up here. And of course everything's got dust collection to it as well with blast gates. So this is the cubby corner. Nothing is really organized the greatest yet. We're working on it, but it's organized chaos that we can work in at this point in time. So the 07333, it's an 18 by 47. Does a great job. She loves her lathe. She does a lot of pin turnings, smaller turnings on it. It's obviously a really big lathe to do a lot of small turnings, but it works really well for her. The speeds are there. It's variable speed. It's reversible. So everything that she needs is on that lathe. Works really well. This is the Grizzly Bandsaw 17-inch anniversary edition. You can see it's the 0513 anniversary edition. I believe it's the same size that Jake Thompson has in his shop. It's just he has the Polar edition. This is the anniversary edition. It's a great lathe. I didn't like it as of recently, until recently. Jake actually hit me up after the shop tour and showed me what I was doing wrong. I actually had, what it was is the surf cutting jig was an 1/8 inch off from the blade, and once we fixed that, working great now. So I love this thing. It's a beast. It's everything I needed to do to this point right now. Wish I had a second one. Jealous of Jake's second one. My little cubby corner over here. 076, 22 by 48 inch. Love this thing. Does a great job. Got built-in dust collection and dust for when sanding. You can pick it up, and I have a lock back there. Lock it up in the upright position. It'll suck up all the dust. Also got a sweep. I can sweep up everything, vacuum up everything in the shop. Tidy shop will make a huge difference. So this is my workstation in the center. This here is the 1948 Delta Rockler bandsaw, completely restored, 3 horsepower motor. It didn't come with dust collection at all. So I decided to build a base on the bottom of it, which I'm a taller guy anyway, so it kind of works for me. It's working height. I built a base on the bottom of it, put 4-inch dust collection up underneath it. It does a great job. I'm going to add probably overhead dust collection as well with the, I think it's called the Shark Bite or Shark something. I'm going to get that so I can get Resin back in the back of it as well. It's the only thing I'm missing on it right now. I built this station. It's a torsion box sitting on top. There's no plywood on, or no 2x4s on it whatsoever. Let me turn this so you can actually see my face. I want to be like Waylon Jennings, only sees my hands. But I built this thing, torsion box on top. It's made all of plywood, 100% bolted birch, and it's got soft close drawers on it, all of them, and it's all mortise and tenon in plywood. So it's 3 layers of plywood with mortise and tenon joints on all of it. I was going to do completely out of no screws, and I just ended up screwing some of it together. I think it does a great job of organization. I haven't gotten everything in it that I need to. If not, then that mess over there would be gone. But it's still there. That's Never Never Land over there. One day I'll get to it. Never Never Land. So that's the rigid sander that everybody else has got in their shop. I think it does great. This is my first rendition of what that was going to be. I just want to see how it worked. It's on casters, so I can move it around wherever I want to. to lock it down in place. Of course, my sticker wall. These aren't all my stickers up yet. I'm adding some that I just recently got. Most of them came from 2018 when I was at a woodworking convention. Kind of got me into all this. April Wilkerson's fraction to decimal thing. Love that thing. It works great. I use it all the time, especially when you're, drilling holes and need to know what size it is. You gotta look it up on Google. Moving on. So this is my router station here. It's a built-in. It's got dust collection. Got a box on the bottom of it. Dust port built into it. Craig jig lift system in it. Works really well. Got my own bases that I put into it. I think I got this off from a Bosch thing, a Bosch station that didn't have a lift station in it. Keep all my router bits real easy at the ease right there at my fingertips. Got these as well, my 1/2 inch shanks. I haven't turned the last knob for it, so I have one more knob to be turned because I haven't got there. So we get to this side over here, and we get into my dust collection system. Alright, so I got my dust collection system sitting up high so that I can drain everything into a 55-gallon drum. It is the Harbor Freight dust collector. It is not the original portion of it. So the Harbor Freight dust collector, I've upgraded the propeller to 1.5 inches bigger. And put the wind air filter on top. And when I did that, the CFMs just blew up on it. Love doing that. I've got a little Husky air compressor that I use for my pressure pots, pin nailers, stuff of that nature. Like I said, 55-gallon drum. I have 2 of them, so I can empty them. What else we got over here? We got my French cleat wall. It's all this is on French cleats. Everything that's over here is on French cleats, including all my clamps, my dewalt wall, I guess you call it. I bought into the 20-volt system by dewalt, and once you buy into the system, to change is super expensive, so I just stayed with it. This is a Craig jig, the K4. I put on a box, makes it easy to transport. 2 drawers in it, keep all the Craig stuff to go with it. Try to keep everything together. Somewhat organized. Organized chaos. So this is my chop saw station. It's the one that was up in my attic. I used to have the Hitachi, 12-inch Hitachi on it. And I got this Bosch, and this Bosch, I love this Glide. The dust collection system is not the greatest on it. I haven't run dust collection to it yet, but I plan on building a box over top of it because I'm going to rebuild this whole entire station. No sense of building it now. I'm going to rebuild the whole thing. Some of my tools that need to go up on the French cleat wall are down here, just haven't gotten to them. Scraps to keep are down at the bottom. We all have that. A bunch of screws, metal chop saw, blades, chaos, burls, world of burls. That's where I get all my burls from. I love these things. This is some stabilized stuff. I just got done stabilizing. I'm going to do a project here pretty soon. They have some gorgeous burls. Gorgeous stuff. Turning you around, some more drawers that are in the thing in my station here. So you can see I keep like my sandpaper all up in these drawers. Just different items that I have in here. I think I got all the manuals. Yeah, manuals down here. For the organization, I dip all my boards in butcher oil. like my cutting boards. And so I stack them in these containers here. Another router from Bosch, more storage here. This is a blower. I have a whole house blower motor put in there. Got the idea from Jay Bates. But it does a real good job of cleaning out the dust in the air, as well as my 2 air conditioners that I have. I'm fixing to build a box for that one, so I just got it up not too long ago. This one here, I've had up for a little bit, and I built that box over top of it. It does a phenomenal job of keeping the dust out of the air conditioner. Makes it last a lot longer. I have some at work for a shop, and we've already lost 2 air conditioners because there was no dust collection put over top of them. So it's an expensive thing to put in your shop. It's a great luxury to have. You need to protect it. Now for the area of shame. It's the area that I haven't gotten to yet. We got our shop up last year, so this is all a lot of the construction materials that we used while building the shop. Stuff that was everywhere. It does have its individual lighting over here, so that way you can see everything that I haven't done. But it's a work in progress. If you don't have that in your shop, you're better than me. That's a 1960 Delta Rockler table saw. Unisaw that I'm restoring one day. I got it for like $100, and I got to put a new motor in it. Got to put, restore the top. It's all pitted, but either I plan on using it for different setup or selling it, one of the two. I'm not sure yet. And this is all the stuff that was in our resin room, and we pulled it out here. See, there's some Alumalite slow on there. That's my oven. I keep it about 235 all the time. I draw back a lot of my wood that way. In fact, in there right now is a bowl that my wife just got done turning. This is her first bowl, and first big bowl, and so she's turning it. We keep them pretty thick. We dry them back. We try to get them to crack a little bit. Of course, you got to have a refrigerator. Mine's always stocked. With Diet Coke. I should have stock in Diet Coke. And we're on to the resin room. So this is the resin room. I'll pick this camera up and kind of show you around. So you can see we got some blanks over here, and there's our resin bowl that I just got done turning. My wife is currently working on some little tumbler cups. She's doing resin with those. I got my 10-gallon pressure pot and a vacuum pot down below it for the vacuum. More supplies, lights. So it's got all of our stern sticks, stuff of that nature in here. Everything we kind of need to do what we got to do for resin. So in here, the bathroom. We got a quick little bathroom in here, nothing major. Just wanted something so I didn't have to run all the way to the house, which isn't very far. But it's a quick little bathroom. Got a ceiling fan in it, or exhaust fan, fart fan, whatever you want to call it. So what I'll do is I'll take you up to the mezzanine. What I got up there, a bunch of slabs, some stock that I need to get some projects out with. I keep my molds for my resin turning up here. Got a bunch of molds up here. Keep my extra furnace my filters for my air conditioners and my dust collector up here. That's what's up here. A 13-foot ladder so I can put those lights in. That's about it. There's some more stock over there too. Yeah, that's a bunch of cherry. And it's white oak, walnut. There's a bunch of slabs of red oak over there. English oak. That's cherry. Those are dunnages that we had that came with the building. And I ended up pulling it off from there and got a bunch of poplar, walnut, and maple. So check your dunnage. Sometimes it's good wood. So that's my shop. It's a 40 by 28 metal building, 6 inches of insulation. I live in the south. They told me I didn't need that much, but I wanted to make sure it stayed air conditioned. I don't care much about the cold, but the heat bothers me. So, dust collection is on probably 3/4 of the shop right now. Need to add some more. Probably need to get a bigger dust collector, but working off what I got. The walls are 12 foot tall. In the center, it's 14.2. Power. There's 110 on at least 6 to 8 on every wall, and there are outlets, and 220 at least 2 or 3 on every wall for outlets on all individual circuits. So all the 220s have individual circuits. All of the 110, every 6 outlets I got an individual circuit set up for it. Lights are set up on 3 individual circuits for it. Bathrooms are on its own circuit. The chaos area has its own circuit, and the resin room has its own circuit. I did my power a little different than most. I changed my house over from a 200 amp service to a 400 amp service, and then ran 200 amps to my shop. Luckily I'm out in the middle of nowhere where I can do that kind of stuff myself. I actually had a buddy come up from Florida to Georgia to give me a hand with that. He did an excellent job. Was very knowledgeable. Should be licensed in both states. That's my shop. I love it. I don't do as much as most, but I do more than some. I don't know everything, but I'm learning as I go. Definitely don't know anything about this video stuff. Y'all got any questions or comments, please feel free. I try to respond to every comment that comes across YouTube or Instagram. And you can find me there as well. Any questions, comments, concerns, things that you could do or that you would have done differently? The only other thing that I didn't tell you about is the in-floor heating. I have in-floor heating not in my shop. It's actually a slab that's adjacent to it. In between the shop and the house is going to be a build that I'm doing. I'll probably record it. It's going to be a timber frame build, but at the shop out there is a breezeway, or the portion out there will be a breezeway, 15 by 28 breezeway that we're going to do kind of an outdoor kind of thing, and it'll keep it heated out there in the winter time. It won't like keep it heated, but knock the edge off. Well, I appreciate y'all watching the video to the end. If you like what you saw, hit that thumbs up. If you don't, hit that thumbs down. If you really like what you saw, stick around. There'll be some more stuff coming through. You can subscribe, hit that little notification bell, share some stuff if you'd like to. If you like what you saw and want somebody else to see it, please share it. I appreciate that. Y'all have a good one now. Way you can go through processing and get all the Use words.